Namaste, my beautiful beings of light. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanette, and I am a child of the Most High, the creator of all, and my father, Ra. Thank you for being here. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the new subscribers. I love you all. If these messages resonate with you, please give it a thumbs up, share, like, and subscribe. And if not, then it's okay as well. Hope you are here to receive messages and learn. Just know that all the messages may not resonate with everybody. Only take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And use your discernments. When you watch my videos, I will never impose anything to the collective. I will never even pressure my collectives to buy any of my services. At the time, I'm not offering any services. Going through a spiritual war at this time, so I'm very, very protective of my energy. So if you would like to donate to my channel, my Cash App is in the description box, and my PayPal, and I do have a P.O. Box. Everything has been tampered with, but I believe God would unblock these energies that are trying to stop me from, well, they can't stop me because literally they cannot stop me, but stop shadow banning my videos. And use it on their platform, you know, but everything will reveal itself at the time. So I thank you, and I'll be right back. I'm back. So I'm calling in my father to please help me channel these messages that I need to channel to the collective at this time. My ancestors, my angels, my archangels, to please protect me from all negative energies that are not for my highest good or the highest good of my collective. Watching my videos. I am also calling my ascended masters, my deities, my spirit animals, my fairies, my dragons. I am connected to the water, air, fire, and earth. The four elements, spirit. Spirit is in everything. So I am a spirit within this vessel, having a human experience, and I'm here to bring awareness, consciousness to the planet and to the collective. I have reincarnated. I'm a reincarnated soul, for those who believe in reincarnation, from a past life from BCE, when the world first began. And I'm very thankful to be here again to help raise the consciousness of the collective. I asked Spirit what he wanted me to start off. So I'm going to use the Ancient Pagan Symbol book. And the page he took me to was page 19, which is ending, which is 10, and that 1 in the front, and the X, that's 9. So it's 19. So the triangle, the geometrical emblem of 3 things, one above 2, the 2 lower uniting to produce the higher, or the union of the positive and negative forces. To produce the third is the complex and mystical, as it is most compromising of all symbols, beginning with chaos, then unity of self created. Then there comes duality. The man's thoughts are no sooner snared by that, for he is so made that he loves his opposite. Then a third force presents itself, which is the result of life. Beti meti et fils, essence, substance, et vie. I don't know, it sounds French to me. From earliest times, primitive man appears to have grasped the idea of the threefolds: nature of the universe, the divine, the human, the natural world, and he himself was the image or mirror of the macrocosm, composed of three things: body, mind, soul, or spirit. The idea of three in one seems to have been part of human consciousness as far back as tradition takes us. The triangle was used by primordial man at first, presumably as a race symbol signifying the family, mother, father, and child. The Egyptian temples were dedicated to three gods. The triangle. Egyptian gods. The first, the male principle; the second, the female; the third, the offspring of two. But these two are blended into one. The trinity of the family and the multitude of triads in nature arose. We may suppose the conception of a trinity of gods. It is significant that the most ancient religions contained such triads or family groups: the pentacle and the solemn sealed. This is the solemn sealed and this is the pentacle. The magic of the numbers 3 was peculiar through mystics and philosophers. The reason of its mystical significance still eludes us, unless the Pythagoras is so often quoted as saying God works wherever by geometry. And Flammarion in our own day concludes that in everything and everywhere numbers rule the world. I said numerology is very important. Geometry is very important. It works with the universe. It's code numbers. It's messages that the universe sends out to the collective. There has been called the very soul of magic, astrology, divination. Even it used its threefold: one definite, showing intrinsic value; the other symbolic, esoteric, and the third infinite, signifying many. 3 was the Greek equivalent for many times. We demand 3 cheers. Through instinctively groups itself in threes: birth, life, death, sun, moon, stars, sky, earth, water. There is apparently something expressibly compelling in the very cadence, the way the voice or thought suspended on 2 pulses in fulfillment of 3. Aristotle's definition is a familiar one. The triad is the number of complete whole, inasmuch as it is contained a beginning, a middle, and an end. Thus, 2 among the ancients represent contentions, the opposite, and the 3 symbolizes completion, the rounded totality of life. It is called the first perfect number. A man is perfect when he consists of 3, himself, his wife, his son. 3 pillars typifying wisdom, strength, beauty, or wisdom, power, goodness, were used as used to symbolize their triune God by the early Egyptians, Hindus, Druids, Mayans, and Incas. Set, Horus, and Shu, a primary Egyptian trinity, are symbolized by triangle enclosed in a circle. In this earlier mythology, Horus was the water season, Set was the drought, the destroyer, and Shu, the god of wind and storm, was the reconciler and mediator. Shu too was the god who first lifted the heavens from the earth in the form of a triangle, and he is depicted standing on 7 steps within a triangle. In Egyptian sun worship, dawn, moon, noon, sunset represented 3 in 1 of the sacred substance of the sun, as 3 divine persons existed perpetually in the substance of uncreated light. Thus the heat and glow of the noonday sun represented Ra. The sun going down typified Osiris. In the morning sun, Osiris lives again and incarnates Horus. There are 3 innumerable triads in Egypt that personifies the chief forces of nature under different groupings. In time, however, Osiris, Isis, and Horus absorbed the functions and attributes of all other gods and became the mightiest gods of Egypt. I believe Osiris, Isis, and Horus are walking this planet or will be walking this planet. Osiris was the sun and Isis the moon. Osiris was called the brother, husband, son of Isis. Originally a virgin mother, and Horus her fatherless son. The marriage of Isis and Osiris and his adoptions of Horus is a later adoption. In the worship of this powerful triad, we see gradual trends towards monotheism or unity. Osiris was a moon god, a solar god, a water god, fused with Ra, the sun. He died each day as an old man, appearing in heaven as the constellation Orion, which was his ghost. He was God and judged the dead. He was the bisexual Nile spirit, the Apis bull, the ram of Mendes, whatever represented growth, energy, and generative power of nature. But above all, Osiris was worshipped by the Egyptians as the god-man who suffered, died, rose again from the dead to regain forever in the heavens. Sounds like Jesus. Isis too absorbed all the characteristics of other goddesses. She was the great mother, a sky and water goddess, the earth goddess, the moon goddess. She stood for all things that are high and fine and good. It has been said that but for her presence in Egypt, the world would never have known a Madonna. She is the eternal feminine. She is Isis veiled. I am that has been, all that is, and all that will be, and no mortal has drawn aside my veil. In the mystical cult, Osiris was the power of light, reason, intellect. Isis was the power of matter, the receptive, the nurse, the all-mother, and Horus, born from this union of spirit and matter, is the sensible image of the mental world. Anu, Enlil, and Ea were the earliest Babylonian triads, and Ea, the god of water, is the beneficent one, the mediator who is constantly on the side of humanity. In a later triad, Babylon, the mother of astronomy, star worship, and astrology, influenced by theological speculations, worshipped Sin, the moon god, then Shamash, the sun, and Ishtar was the planet Venus. Even when the Assyrians placed Ashur, their sun god, at the head of the python, they included the powerful and potent Ishtar, the goddess of fertility, whom we have seen as Mother Earth mourning for the loss of God Tammuz. It is the same Ishtar who, when associated with the heroic Ashur, becomes the goddess of war, and with the beloved Tammuz is the goddess of vegetations, as the planet Venus is the queen of heaven. The rival, the sun and the moon, far less spiritual than Isis. Ishtar is the goddess of human instincts or passion, which accompanies human love. She is the mother of mankind, but also she who awakens human passion. 7 centuries after the religion of Assyria and Babylonia has passed out, leaving sacredly a trace of Roman brought Sibyl, the Pagan mother of goddess, and built a temple to her honor. It was Ishtar of Babylonia transformed to meet changed conditions, the same great feminine principle of nature in its various manifestations as Mother Earth, the source of all fertility, at once the loving mother of mankind and of gods. In the Zoroastrian Triad, Ahura Mazda is the sun or power of light, life, heaven, good. Harimanes is the power of darkness, evil, death, the earth matter. The Minthra is the god of sunlight, the power of truth, the mediator between heaven and earth. In the Hindu triad, Brahma is the creator, Vishnu the preserver, Shiva the destroyer or apathy. In the Buddhist triad, Buddha is the intelligence, the soul, the generative power, Dharma is matter. The body, the productive power, the Sangha represents the union of two. From this union, or as a result of this union, Sangha becomes the author of creation. Although the Chinese divided nature into two great parts, the yang and yin, it was by the cooperation of these two that life, or the third of Nutra principle, was involved. The grouping of gods in three represented a very early phase of Greek religion. The 3 sons of Saturn were Jupiter, Zeus, the god of heaven, Neptune, Poseidon, the god of the sea, and Pluto, Hades, the god of the lower world. The 3 great deities of the Greeks, however, were Zeus, Hera, and Poseidon, who were identified with the Roman Jupiter, Juno, and Neptune. The student will recall many others. These have been briefly touched, only to show how possessed man was. Man has been with the idea of the 3-in-1, which was to be used again in the Christian religion in the superly mystical conception, so tortured by those who would explain it literally, of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. In adopting the ancient idea of the Trinity in unity, they also adopted as its symbol the equilateral triangle, an emblem so old, so universal, so widespread that its origin is lost in the unfathomable past that is reluctantly delivered its secrets. The triangle, as we have seen in the symbols of elements used to typify fire, 2 interlacing triangles forming a 6-pointed star represented the chief forces of nature. Fire flames up and water which flows down, thus becomes a perfect androgynous symbol of the two forces that create life. The triangle with point upward, typifying fire, or the masculine force, and with that the apex, below water, or the passive principle. The same form is also a hexagram, or Solomon's seal, with which he said to have worked miracles. Sometimes the lower triangle is dark and the upper one light, typifying the union of spiritual and material, or spiritual and matter. The triangle is called a primary form of the pyramid. The royal mind that conceived the pyramids and intended them to endure as everlasting monuments to the entrance and existence of human career undoubtedly felt the stability of the three-sided figure. The triangle is one of the symbols of Buddha's Triads. In the secret doctrines of certain sects, it typifies the yoni, or matrix, which the world was manifest. In Japan, it is a flame symbol typifying fire. The Egyptians called the nature of the universe the fairest of triangles, the form that signifies the feminine principles, or maternity, was the hieroglyphic of the moon and is often depicted with the sacred baboon. Sometimes the triangle surmounts a pillar with the baboon before it, an attitude of worship. The triangle was the delight of the Greek philosophers. Plato used it as a symbol of marriage. In the triangle, he marks the perpendicular equal 3, the basis of 4, and the hypotenuse 5. These words are I'm just learning just as much as you, so please bear with me with these words. The perpendicular represents the male, the base of the female, and the hypotenuse their offsprings. This is Osiris, the first principle, Isis, the matrix, and Horus, the completed world. For 3 is the first odd number and is perfect. 4 is a square that has an even number, 2, for its sides, and 5 is some respect like each parent, for it is the sum of 3 and 2. In this diagram of marriage, Plato calls the sun that which is better. The Pythagoreans adopted the triangle as the most perfect geometrical figure, inasmuch as it was the first form complete in itself. The triangle enclosed by a circle is thus defined by Poulter. The area within the triangle is the common hearth of them all, and is named plain and truth, in which the reasons and forms and the patterns of all things that have been and that shall be are stored up, not to be disturbed, and as eternity dwells around them, from thence time like a stream from a fountain flows down upon the worlds. And here, having followed this fascinating pair, man and woman, to where they are no longer 2 but 3, here we leave them with Plutarch, plain of the truth. The ancient symbols that have existed so long covered such a large part of the earth's surface, impressed themselves so permanently on art, architect, music, mathematics, astrology, religion, reveal, and a revelation is astonishingly clear that That paradox of good and evil was never without ideals. They can indicate everything that deprive imagination of the literal ones incapable of imagination may desire, yet they stand immutable, unchanging, speakingly clearly from a far off past of the cross, creative energy, the circle, perfection, the serpent, the means of combining creative energy and perfection, the triangle, the result, the ultimate realization and multiplicity and unity of 3 in 1, and the pillars, wisdom, strength, beauty, and eternal gold. The triangle, life, balance, as it is above, so is below. Here is heaven and here is matter. Then we have man and we have woman. And then we have creation. And you wonder why there's so many pyramids around the world. People, do your research. Do your research. We have been lied to. The truth about ancient Egyptians, the past mythologies of Greeks, gods, they're all true. They made it out to be false to use control of the collective's mind. This is the message that I'm receiving. For those who don't resonate with my message, it's okay. You have to do your own research. You have to go within self, and ask God, your creator of all, what is the truth? And he will continue to reveal it to you. Do not allow man to tell you how to live your life, how to slave yourself in working. You don't have to do that to yourself. How to bow down to idols that are not even serving God. Be open-minded to receiving information instead of closing yourself up to systems that have been programmed within our beings that are not for our highest good. Expand your mind. Expand. I'm not saying change your religion. I'm saying be open. Be open to receiving, and do your research, and ask God to help you and guide you in understanding. For everything that has been built on faulty foundations is being torn down at this moment. Every lie. Our ancestors have paved our way to the truth. Symbols were left around to decode the truth of who we are, our purpose here on this planet. God, the Creator, created all these beings to who we are today. And there was a purpose behind everything. Creation, it has to be torn down. There were many things that were not working in the past. They were torn down, cleaned out. We had floods, we had fires, we had dinosaurs. We have cavemen, cave women. Different aspects of human life on this planet. And the symbols are left in caves. They are left in places to tell a story. This is how they told their story. And I'm very thankful to be here once again, to live out a new generation that is going to be the new world is changing. We're releasing old programs and going into new. But revealing the past, the truth. Symbols speak volumes. Numbers speak volumes. Stars, the astrology. Know who you are. I love you, my beautiful beings of light. I'll be back with another reading. This is just a message Spirit wanted me to bring out to the collective. Intuitively, I was guided here. I love you all. Have a blessed day. Bye. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Namaste. Once again, ancient pagan symbols. Elizabeth Goldsmith. There are many symbols out there, many books out there. Make sure that you resonate with the books. Not everybody speaks the truth. Just remember that. I love you. Namaste. Have a blessed day.